This one blew my mind. When I saw this happen, first off, my initial inclination was there's no way that a GameStop employee took a stapler to a receipt on top of a Nintendo Switch 2 box and punched down on it. Now, let me show you guys real quick here. Hold on. I have the box right here. So this is the Switch 2 box, right? And one thing I noticed when I was doing the opening of this last night is, like, you open it up, there is zero padding. The Switch 2 sits right here, right up against the cardboard. There is literally no padding or space or anything, which I can guarantee you after what just happened at GameStop, Nintendo will refresh how they make these boxes. This will not be the same box that the Switch 2 comes in the next time they hit the factory and make the next rollout of these. This is going to be the only time that these boxes are out here, because what an idiotic design. I'm sure they're trying to save space to fit as many on a shipping container as possible in a shipping truck, but you need to add at least a ½ inch of foam or padding or something, because as much as I want to blame the GameStop employee, this is some pretty moronic packaging for a very apparently fragile console, as we'll find out when we go through the story. But yes, somebody at GameStop, a employee no less, apparently took the receipt and punched down on the stapler for the teeth of the staple to go into the front, right through to the actual screen of the Switch 2. And I said, who the F staples a receipt to a brand new box console in the first place? Like, how does that even happen? Do they think this is like Chinese food to go? Or just like staple the bag together, which that's a whole nother thing. I don't want to be eating staples when I have my Chinese food places. Can we stop with the stapling on the paper bags? I beg you. Every Chinese food place does this too. Why do you staple? And you open up and the staples like fly into the food. It's like, why are we doing staples? Why are we doing staples? But anyways, definitely sidetracking. And this is the guy. This is the official one here. GameStop stapled the receipt for me and my not just him, and my friend's Switch 2s to the box. FML. And this is, I mean, damn, they got a lot of stuff here. And in this initial image, you see the receipt, the very long receipt folded and rolled back and on top of the Switch 2. And underneath that, it was stapled into it. And this is a picture of the two teeth on the staple going right through. Hold on. Can we open this in a new tab to zoom in on it? Because my goodness, there it is. You see that? You see that? And then we have the next image. Hold on. This is through the bag. That's the teeth going through the bag. And the final image. And this one will blow your mind. I saw this. I was like, there ain't no way. Here it is. Looks fine from far away, right? Two gigantic staple marks going right through the screen. Staple of death greater than red ring of death. Could you imagine waiting in line for hours on end, finally getting your Switch 2, getting home, opening it up just to see this shit? Holy. I mean, again, blame the employee, of course, because that employee clearly was, I would imagine, not all there psychedelically. He was probably on another planet, because on what planet do people actually do what this guy did here? It was crazy. But he continues. Genuinely insane. Now I'm going to have to wait 3 months for the restock, which he doesn't, by the way. We'll get to that. but this is, I'm just going in order of operations here. And he has this is they completely destroyed his box with it, by the way, too. Curious what state this was in. Was this by chance in like Florida? Florida man Staples Switch 2. And there it is. This is, I mean, he documented everything. This is crazy. There it is when it's off. You can see it going through there too. And now this is them waiting in the line. They even have a video of them waiting in the line. This guy documented everything. For hours on end. Hours on end, he waited. And yes, we were there for the midnight release. So I bet everyone in this line is going to have the same issue. So not only did his Switch get a huge staple through the middle of it, but he witnessed this same employee just punching the staple down on every person buying the Switch 2. Oh, man, that's funny. And here we go. We got an update 9 hours ago. Update. For those wondering, this GameStop branch actually came in clutch, and the branch sourced around New York and New Jersey. Okay, so this is in New York, New Jersey, to provide replacements to everyone who this happened to. So it wasn't just this one guy. Apparently it happened to a lot of people. Not an ideal saga, but happy they made things right. I could only imagine how embarrassed and just head shaking Ryan Cohen must be, CEO of GameStop or chairman of the board of GameStop. How he must be just rolling his eyes, being like, how stupid are you, Mr. Employee, to do that? Like, who does that? Who does it? Even if it was packaged nicer, and even if there was padding, and even if the staple didn't go through to the screen, you still wrecked the guy's box. Like, what the hell? Some people collect the boxes, and it's like right in the center of it too. Like, what the hell? And it'd be one thing if this was like Walmart. I'd be like, oh, I get it, because Walmart doesn't care about gaming. This is GameStop. That's literally the you had one job meme, and they failed miserably. Hagi the Lucid said, I hope that employee got fired. I wonder what there's going to be like a full-on investigation from corporate to be like, all right, who was the asshole that was stapling people's switches? Who did that? Who did that? Let me see. I have an update from GameStop themselves, and they have a little tongue-in-cheek. This was posted 11 a.m. this morning. We've addressed a unique case of staples damaging Switch 2 screens, isolated to one store. GameStop corporate's like, look, guys, it was just one moron in the entire country doing this, and God only knows how that even happened. Because don't you think, by the way, even if it's a rogue employee doing these stupid things, don't you think that like there'd be on launch night, there'd be a lot of other employees around? And don't you think one of them would be like, hey, bro, why the hell are you stapling receipts to the center of a console? And GameStop posted, replacement has been offered. Staplers have been confiscated. And they posted the amazing Milton from Office Space.
Oh, there it is. What? Here, let me just go ahead and get that from you. Great.
It would have been even better if they superimposed Ryan Cohen's face on what's this? Is it Lumberg? Lumberg? Is it Lumberg? I can't remember his name. It's been too long. If they superimposed Ryan Cohen's face on him, though, that would have been amazing. And this is GameStop quote tweeting Dexerto. Multiple customers have reported that a GameStop in New York punctured their Switch 2 screens by accident after stapling receipts to their boxes. That even shows the location. It even gives the location of the GameStop. Damn. Nintendo shouldn't have designed a box that put the screen so close to the wall of the box that a staple could hit it. Thank you. I'm like, that's literally how I started this off. Like, as much as you want to rag on this employee, which, yes, they deserve all the ragging because who the hell in their right mind would do something like that? You still got to point the microscope over at Nintendo and be like, guys, where's the padding on this thing? Like, holy shit. Even if a staple didn't go through it, there's a chance for, like, if you drop it at a bad angle and it hits like a corner of a concrete stairwell, it could crack right through this. There's no padding or anything at all. It'd be one thing if this was the original Switch, $300, but these are going for $500 plus tax. That's a lot of money. I think Nintendo might be able to afford a slim line of just foam packaging just to protect it with a little bit of just like 3M tape to stick it there. It doesn't even have to be branded 3M. It could be off-brand. Just do something to pad that, Nintendo. Holy crap. Like, I thought of this, by the way, before the Staples story even happened. I think when I was opening this with Smash Jr. last night on stream with you guys, I think I opened it and I even said I'm confused because I thought that was the dock. I'm like, oh, the screen is facing up, like right where you open it. I'm like, I thought the screen would be underneath everything and protected. I thought the dock would be the first thing here. Now, clearly, Nintendo was trying to go after like the Apple approach of packaging because there's a whole art in the world of like feng shui of box packaging and how an item is felt by opening it and the vibe that it gives the user that purchased it. And they probably put a crap ton of R&D in just to how do we get the user to wow when they open the box instead of being like, hey, how do we get them to wow but also protect the system while we do that? So maybe they also looked at the iPhone because I think the iPhones do the same thing, by the way. So it's not just Nintendo, but I would also argue that this is very thin cardboard. Like you can feel, like you can push and you can feel it bending when you push your finger on it. You buy an iPhone box, that is like plastic cardboard. It's like really, really solid cardboard that you can't like puncture or push or bend when you push. And plus it's a less of a surface area. And plus nobody would staple a receipt to an iPhone box. That's just like, you just don't do that. This, maybe they felt like it was safer to do. I don't know. I'm at a loss. The entire situation is hysterical, but at the same time, I'm not surprised based off of when I opened it and saw that that's what it was like. But anyways,